Alrighty.
All right. Welcome back, episode 2 of the Starting Five podcast. We're here. I'm Andrew Ryder here with Anthony DeFranco, Cameron Kingston, Owen Caggiano. Andy Kelly is not in attendance for this episode for
good reasons.
Visiting colleges.
Yeah, visiting colleges. Played in a golf tournament down in Florida.
Bogey golf.
Probably didn't do that well.
No.
All right, we're going to get into our first section. Lots of sports to talk about today. Aaron Rodgers undecided on return to NFL. What are we thinking? Do you think he should come back?
I think he should have retired right after he finished with the Packers, because why the hell would you go and... not everybody's like Tom Brady, you know what I mean?
Everybody wants to be.
Everybody wants to be the GOAT,
can't.
but no one can be the GOAT except for the GOAT.
That was the thing, that the injury he had also really just
Yeah,
set him back.
Especially at an old age. How old is he? 38?
He's 40.
He's 40 now?
Yeah. He's
40
40
now.
Yeah. 40-year-old men usually struggle with... Just people, 40-year-old in general, struggle with tearing your
I think he did say that he would take less money. He didn't care about the millions on the Pat McAfee podcast, but I just don't think any team's going to pay him that much money either way for maybe, one mid-year.
Especially, the only reason why I could see somebody signing them is just backup quarterback, just for a young guy.
Yeah.
To kind of
But that's not like Aaron Rodgers' thing. Like Aaron Rodgers hates being
absolutely
that kind of guy. So if someone did say that,
that's why I don't think
anybody
would sign him.
So that was Jordan Love when Packers wasted their first round pick on Jordan Love.
Wasted.
At the
time, it was a waste, and then he won MVP, and then Aaron Rodgers won MVP that year.
Yeah, but then if he were to come back, which I definitely could see him coming back. It's hard to give up the sport you love. You think he'd sign with? I think personally he'd sign with the Steelers.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
In need of a quarterback.
Yeah.
Let go Justin Fields and Russell Wilson.
What pick do they have?
Steelers.
Russell Wilson, Giants.
Yes, Giants.
Steelers have the 21st pick, and they're projected to take Jalen Milroe.
No, and they don't have a quarterback, correct?
They do not have a quarterback. It would definitely change if they got Rodgers, but you got two great receivers in Pickens and DK.
DK.
You got a good tight end in Freiermuth.
Yeah. Massachusetts native.
Yeah. I've actually seen him once at the gym. And then, but do you think he has the skills to be a starting QB in this NFL?
I think he can still launch the ball, but I just think he's so old that you take one big hit and it's just done. It's just over,
I think if this was happening 5 or 6 years ago and he was this age, kind of when Brady was doing it and the game was still kind of around not slower, around the pocket passer,
that's what I meant.
rather than the running quarterback. I think he could do it, but with almost every team having a quarterback who can use his legs, it's kind of a bit of a challenge for somebody like that in today's game to thrive.
Start of the year last year for the Jets, they definitely struggled, but once they got Devontae Adams, you definitely saw that game against Jacksonville last year.
That was a good game.
He looked good. I think he dropped 33 fantasy points that game. He looked good, but I don't know. I think just the game's getting too quick for him.
Yeah. And
he's just not as skilled as Brady was when he was the same age.
Yeah, absolutely.
To play in the NFL.
And Brady was just so quick. Not
quicker, but he got the ball out way more quicker.
Yeah, he gets the ball out quicker. He thinks quicker. Not physically quicker, but mentally quicker.
Yeah, that's right. All right, moving on to the next section. Rory McIlroy wins the 2025 Masters. DeFranco's prediction is correct. Completes the Grand Slam. Question is, what was Rory most deserving of this win?
Yes, he
was most
100%.
deserving.
I think absolutely, yeah.
I feel like everyone in golf was pulling for him to win.
I don't know too many people who don't like Rory McIlroy, but my dad does not like him.
My dad loves him.
He hates him because he's just he doesn't like... My dad, very Irish man, he hates Northern Ireland as being... So he just doesn't like the Northern Irish.
Rory McIlroy
He's Northern Irish. Yeah,
yes,
Northern Irish. So he's he doesn't like those kind of people.
I've never heard of Tom.
Oh, okay.
But I actually don't mind him. I think he's good for the game. He kind of keeps that old school aspect to it. I know he took a young kid's phone for being a clown.
It's kind of funny though.
It's funny, but it's also respect the game a little bit.
We've seen the interactions. We've seen the interactions with Bob in sports. He's not one to talk.
Bob
he doesn't respond to Bob whenever he talks to him.
Bob's a
he's
great
not
guy.
like Tony Finau.
Tony Finau.
But
he's an old school
It's
guy,
American.
and I take the old school.
I was
sports.
rooting for DeChambeau
Yeah, me too.
because I would love to see it happen. But like
I feel like
once
DeChambeau-
Rory started getting that lead, I'm like, all right, I'd love to see Rory
Yeah.
win. You know,
Yeah.
finally get over that hump because now that he finally won that Grand Slam,
The pressure's
the
off.
eyes are all off.
The pressure's
Yeah,
off.
the pressure is off.
He hadn't won
Yeah.
a major in like
11 years.
11 years, and
17 Masters appearances too.
he hasn't won.
Crazy.
He hadn't won one, and it's just
I mean, who do you think? You think those eyes are gonna go on DeChambeau now? Or,
probably not. Probably Scheffler to get it done.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Even though he wins a lot, he just doesn't. He plays really well in the majors, but he never really wins. He's won the Masters twice, obviously, and I think he's
playing good
he's
right
won
now.
the U.S. Open.
He's playing good right now in the RBC Heritage. I saw that.
I peeped a few holes of that.
Justin
Yeah.
Thomas is on a roll right now.
Yeah, I
course
did
not.
see Justin Thomas
Insane.
going off in round one. All right, and then
Oof. Good
question. It's been a question going around the internet. If you were to start on the farthest part of every green on every hole in Augusta, could you win?
Oh,
Easily,
Owen?
no doubt. Guaranteed I could do it.
why?
Easy.
Why do you think that it's so easy that you would win?
I have that head start is just too much for anybody to take.
Oh, do you
Alright,
know this?
Owen.
But
Owen.
compared to every other green on the PGA Tour, Augusta Nationals are about 0.5 quicker than every other green average. So these greens move fast.
I don't think it matters.
They're
Oh,
very
it
uneven.
doesn't matter.
That's why you see guys even
On
pros
a par
can't
five,
putt on
if
Even
you're
Rory, he
starting-
had that the shot before the playoffs. Like you would have thought it's an easy putt. Like to
All
make.
right, that proves my point. Even the pros are missing. That gives me room to miss.
Yeah, but you
If the
can't be.
pros are missing, then you're gonna miss even
Owen,
worse.
but the pros are
Yeah.
missing. The pros are missing from like the start. They're driving the ball, and they're still gonna get there in the amount of times you're gonna make par. That they're gonna probably
Okay,
make
so
par.
that's a tie for the.
if you
hole.
make par, Owen, you're not winning.
Yeah.
If you make par on every hole, so
a par for
par for
Yeah.
every hole. You're
a par for every hole is not good.
Yeah, I
you're
know.
gonna have to two putt on basically
That's
every hole.
on some holes you get to 5 putts.
Yeah, but
there's
the-
par 5.
The par fives.
a 5
The
putt
par,
is
the
par
par
fives
fives is
the-
when the pros get 3s and 4s. You are not going to get 3 and 4, especially with the par
I would
five.
get a 3.
A par five, the greens are usually longer and bigger, so it would be harder for you to get.
I think
You
I
have
could easily
have
do it.
you ever played golf before in your life?
I have.
No.
Or
You
was
took
the last time
lessons
you played
back
golf?
in the day.
We did used to take golf lessons.
Oh,
There was
last time
never
you've
any
actually
putt
been on a
lessons.
course.
Never any
What?
putt
When's the last time
lessons.
you've been on a course?
Probably like last summer.
What'd you shoot?
I just went out.
He
with
doesn't
Sebs.
keep. He doesn't
Oh, I
keep
didn't
track.
keep score.
He doesn't
Okay,
keep
so
track.
yeah. Owen is not winning the Masters.
You would hit. You would
He
hit.
starts
You
with
would
the green
smash the ball from far away, and you'd end up off the green.
and
I
into
would.
the water.
So
probably.
actually, we saw it with Rory did it.
Yes.
A nice little light little.
And he
chip.
won it.
Exactly.
A nice
He
little.
won
oh,
it.
oh,
Yeah, okay.
A nice
one
little chip
bad.
that you would think, all right, this is gonna lay up about a foot in front of the hole. You just saw it carry and carry, keep on going, just pick up all the way into the water.
You also don't even know how to read a green. Never mind.
I do.
Like,
I do.
never mind. Like trolls green. You could never read.
I do.
No,
Alright,
you could not.
let's not get
And I would
ahead of
easily win.
ourselves.
DeFranco, you don't think you'd win?
Let's just go.
I don't-
I wouldn't win.
I don't think
I
I'd
would.
win, but
I think I'd make the cut. I would not.
I'd
win,
make a
though.
cut.
Cut, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
that.
would.
Oh, and you think you'd
Okay.
win all? You take
I
on the green jacket.
Take some
How
of the
much
green
under was whoever won?
12
Rory
He's
was
12
12
under.
under.
12 under. 18
through 4
holes?
rounds.
2-4 rounds.
So
though.
18 times 4.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh my god.
Only 12 under in
Oh,
like
you gotta go 4 days.
in
4
40
days.
something holes.
That's where the players lose the most strokes. You know that, right? On the green,
And I start on the green.
which makes it even harder.
That makes it easier.
Okay.
I know I could.
Bold prediction. We'll have to maybe on the Instagram coming this summer. We might have to go on the greens and see Owen's putting skills.
I know I
I
could.
would
think
love
that'd
to
be a
see
good idea.
that.
You take
Alright.
a chunk out of the green.
Yeah.
Moving on. Final quick segment of the episode. Red Sox.
Last segment of the episode.
Last quick segment. Of
Quick
this
Oh,
Quick
got it.
Red Sox 4-6 in sweeping the St. Louis Cardinals, and Roman Anthony has been tearing it up in AAA.
Number one prospect.
Just had a 2-home run game, I believe so.
Yes, he did.
And is it time that the Sox should call him up from AAA?
I think you wait a little bit. Wait, give it a little more time.
I saw a podcast clip from a Red Sox podcast saying that they should have already called him up.
No, I just don't. No.
I think like Jackson Holiday, he was playing really well in AAA, but he got called up too early, and now
Way
he's
too
just
early,
like
yeah.
a meh.
He just hit a grand
He's
slam
meh.
last.
Exactly. Okay.
That's
one grand slam.
One grand slam.
He's meh. He's okay. He's not like the
They
best
should have
player
developed
ever.
him
Like
a little bit longer.
I think give him. I think till All-Star break, and then just let people everybody has their ups and downs, and then let everybody kind of average out a little bit.
Yep.
And especially with Yoshida still hurt, I mean, it's just kind of
I mean,
like what
I
do
just
you do?
think you
What
just
do you
gotta
do
get
with
rid
all
of
these
that
You
guys?
got to trade. I think. Well,
Yoshida can
first
be
of all,
good.
I think the Red Sox outfield is probably the strongest part. Their defensive wise. I mean, you got Gold Glover Abreu. Larry Abreu's a Gold
Yeah.
Glove. Cedane Rafaela might win the Platinum Glove. He
Yeah, he's
catches legit every ball in the outfield. And then Jarren Duran is Jarren Duran,
He's
All-Star. I mean, you can't get rid of him. So what?
Yeah,
do
you
gotta
can't
do?
get rid of Jarren Duran.
I think the best option would be move Rafaela into a middle infield position, like a second or short.
Yeah, but I don't think he's.
I
He just
also
can't
want to
hit.
trade. I
He
would
can't
love to
hit.
trade Story.
The Story's been playing well.
He's been playing well, but that's good for.
I think the first thing you gotta do is you gotta trade Yoshida. Just get Yoshida out
You
of
just
there.
gotta. Yeah.
He has no place on
Take
this
the
team.
value now that you have him.
Now he's
Tough
the
part.
he's the fifth. He's the fifth best outfielder on this team.
Yeah.
Can't be DH because you got Devers. So
Alex Bregman at third base, most errors on the
leading
team.
the team in errors, but
Oh, he is.
he
Yeah.
is a Gold Glove third baseman. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it. I mean, what are we, 3 weeks into the
But
season?
who would you
It's a
rather,
long
like?
season.
You also got Devers. I mean, that
You can't sit Devers.
You
You
can't.
can't sit either one of them.
Yeah,
Because
you-
Bregman also leads. Last week he was leading the league in hits.
And he went 5 for 5 the other
Yeah.
day with 2 home runs.
Yeah, you can't get rid of either one of those.
UFC.
Next section. This last Saturday was UFC 314. Owen had the opportunity to go and see UFC live in person down
How
in
was that
Miami.
experience, Owen?
Oh, it was great.
Great experience?
Probably one of the best nights of my life, to be honest with you.
Really?
I mean,
met some fighters, right?
yeah, met a couple of fighters. Met one of the fighting nerds, Kyle Barella.
How was the full experience?
The full experience was awesome. I was very close to meeting Gaethje, which would have been cool, but line was a little too long, so he ended up leaving. I was probably 10 minutes away from meeting him. That would have been cool, but great card, ton of meet and greets.
Do you have a favorite moment? Do you have like your favorite
moment? Probably seeing like Patty walk out. Patty's
Patty
walk out.
Okay.
Probably, yeah, that was awesome. Place
How
was
was-
going
What about
how was
what
Volk's?
about
Volk's
Volk's
walkout
walkout?
was sick too. And we had some like English dude on the left of us sitting next to Liam, and there's an Australian dude sitting next to my dad. So
Oh, it's never gone nuts.
Yeah.
Never gone
that was fun though, and good ending for all UFC fans. Volk gets
Yep.
it done.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's mad at that.
Nope.
Nope.
Everybody loves Volk.
Was there
Can't
something
handle
you
Volk.
was there something you didn't get to do that you wish you did?
I mean, the only thing I'd say is like showing up too late to see Gaethje.
Yeah,
that was the one
that's it.
thing. I mean, we did everything else.
So overall good experience.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Saw some celebrities. Sadie
Yeah,
McKenna down
Sadie
there.
McKenna,
So
Lacey, and
Lacey.
Marlon.
Is Lacey a big boy?
No, he is tiny. Probably one of the smallest people I've ever seen.
I saw Liam got a picture. Did you get a picture?
I
of him?
didn't. Liam
Ah.
forgot his like this shirt. They gave out these shirts for free.
Yeah.
So Liam forgot his shirt when he was taking the picture with Kaio. So he was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot my shirt" while we were on the elevator going down because it was like a second story, like bowling alley or whatever. So Liam runs over, and on his way back, Lacey was playing like air hockey at the table. So Liam was just like, "Can I get a picture?" And he took a quick
Nice. Alright, we're getting into every main card fight. First fight, Dominic Reyes versus Nikita Krylov. Reyes won by knockout round 1 at 224. I personally I think I picked Krylov to win this one.
I picked Reyes.
I
I remember
forget.
that. I picked
I
Reyes.
picked
One for one.
Reyes
I don't
like
remember who I
day of
picked
the
in this
fight.
fight.
One
I
for
just
one.
remember thinking, no, I don't know. How was that
I
fight?
thought that fight was probably one of the best on the card.
Oh, yeah.
Because Trump walks out, everybody's going nuts, and then there's an American versus a Russian as the first fight after. Dominic Reyes had lost, like, very controversial fight against John Jones, where people think he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judges rob him. I had it 3-1 going into the last round. Reyes up. Judges don't give it to him. I thought it was terrible. He goes on to lose like 3 more in a row. He gets knocked out by
Yeah, he lost.
Yuri. He got spinning elbowed by Yuri. Knocked out by Jan Blachowicz. Knocked out by Ryan Spann. Loses 3 in a row. 4 in a row. 3 knockouts in a row. And he's thinking of probably retirement. And then he comes
Good
out
bounce
and
back.
he's on 3 knockouts in a row now.
It's a good bounce
And
back.
he was an underdog against Krylov. And then he does the golf
Yeah,
swing.
yeah. What, you know what that fight kind of reminded me of?
What?
McGregor against
Was
it Aldo?
Aldo.
Oh my God, the nice left
He
left
slid
jab
back. Yeah.
Went to
A
sleep.
left hand right to the face. And Krylov went to sleep.
It was a pretty electric. I watched that and I was in a
The
hotel.
place was going nuts.
I was in a hotel room with my mom and dad. They were asleep, and I had to kind of contain myself a little bit because I was just fired
The
up.
place was going crazy after that.
All right, next fight, the fighting nerd Gene Silva
Yeah,
versus
Bryce
the
Mitchell.
very controversial man Bryce Mitchell.
You know,
Silva.
Bryce Mitchell had a lot more fans than I expected. The place was like actually rocking with him for a lot of it, but
God.
I mean, Silva ninja choked Mitchell in the second round at 352.
I think we all picked.
We all picked
Yeah, I
Silva.
think we all picked Silva,
Everyone,
so-
everyone against
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell for
Yeah,
good
I'm glad
reasons.
on that
I
one.
mean, one, I would never pick against the fighting nerd. Those guys are legit. And two, I don't agree with what some of Bryce Mitchell's thoughts, takes. So, just had to go against him on that one. How was the fight?
that was awesome too. Jean Silva is such a deep bag. Like he
Oh
was.
my God, he was just toying with
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell. He was literally
he
laughing
threw a
at
spinning
him.
wheel kick and it landed right in his chin.
Yeah, and then I remember one of Bryce Mitchell's coaches was literally predicting every move that Gene Silva did.
Yeah.
And he did it. He hit him with everything.
Yeah.
And he couldn't stop it. And
I mean,
Jean Silva pointed at Mauricio Ruffi when he threw the wheel kick.
Yeah.
Because Ruffi had
he
that
did that crazy
move.
knockout. I thought this fight was going to be a lot better than it was. Bryce Mitchell literally just could not do anything.
Yeah. And Bryce
He
Mitchell
looked-
is very good on the ground. Too.
Yeah, and that's why I was
I
like,
mean,
I was seeing a couple TikToks, like,
TKO'd Crown Gracie in his last fight.
yeah, I saw a couple TikToks, like Bryce Mitchell was like really good.
He's a lead on the ground.
Yeah, he's a great grappler. He's got great jiu-jitsu. And honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was. And then,
Jean Silva showed
yeah, he just kind of like, Bryce Mitchell
dismantled him.
literally just looked like he never fought in his life before, to be quite honest. He just looked lost out there. And then,
And to submit him too.
yeah, I know.
And he didn't even knock him out. He
No,
showed,
he
did
choked
what
him
he
out.
was
He
best
took
at,
it.
and
He was like, oh, and then there's nothing in
he
my
knocked him
opinion.
down, told him to get
He
up.
literally told him to get
tried
up,
to take down,
and
choked him
then
out.
choked him out. In my opinion, there's nothing more satisfying. Okay, a knockout's great, but a submission is just like seeing that Bryce Mitchell literally got put to sleep. His eyes were open. He was asleep, but his eyes were open, and it was just like they panned over to him, and
The picture that came out of it was
yeah,
fire. too. You saw
and
it?
Jean Silva
It's like barking
walks
at him.
over, and he's like, cause he wanted
stepped
to like,
over him.
he was trying to get fist bump before
Yeah.
the fight, touch
And
gloves.
then Mitchell
In
didn't do
In
it,
both
yeah.
rounds, he didn't get him. So Jean Silva walks over and is like trying to give him a fist bump.
I
It's
did
kinda
see.
funny
I
a
did
little
see
bit.
Jean Silva step over him after he did
Yeah.
submit him.
Yeah, he was.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
happened for the takes. Mitchell says so.
Yeah. And
Glad
then,
that's how it ended.
all right, third fight of the night: Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull.
Is Pitbull the 5'5"?
Pitbull is the
He's-
5'5"
Ah,
fighter
that's my guy.
that you picked.
I
And
took Pitbull.
I forget the Bellator.
Yeah, Bellator.
Bellator champion. This is his first
Still
UFC
champion.
fight.
He was a 2-division Bellator champion.
Yeah.
Knocked out Michael Chandler.
Mhm.
He was a beast in Bellator.
Yeah.
But UFC is a
Yeah,
different
first
level.
UFC fight.
It's a different
I
level.
think I picked Yair Rodriguez for that reason.
UFC
and-
is different.
He won unanimous decision, and
Who did you
Yeah.
pick?
and
I
just
picked
when you
Yair
have
Rodriguez.
that much more of a reach
Kelly
over a guy that's
picked
5'5" and
Hey,
Yeah.
don't shit on
Yair
the short
Rodriguez
team, man.
is
I
probably
had
one
him.
of the most creative strikers in UFC history.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Yair's probably one of the most creative strikers ever. I mean, his kicks are so fast. His kicking game is insane. Knocked out Korean Zombie with an elbow with 1 second left in the 5th round.
I thought that fight was just pure domination by Yair.
Yeah, the first
think
2 rounds
Pitbull-
started a little slower.
Yeah, and then the
was
third round,
crazy.
I honestly, DC was saying it while the fight was going on. I mean, you obviously don't have this, like what I
Yeah.
heard because you were there. He was like, Pitbull's so used to fighting in 5 rounds, he doesn't know how to fight in he literally has not
Yeah.
fought in a 3-round fight in 20 fights or something. So you could kind of see that at the end because in the 3rd round he started kind of throwing a little bit more.
in the 5-round fights you pace yourself for
Yeah.
a 5-round fight, but he didn't know how to pace
Yeah,
himself.
he
for a
didn't know.
3-round.
Yeah, so it was this like lack of like experience.
He got knocked down and almost armbarred.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was crazy
Dude,
because
yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
insane.
I was watching and I was like, Yair was like dominating him.
I was
and then
yelling
like,
at Yair to get up though, let him up, and then knock him out again.
yeah, because
Knock him down.
Pitbull's so good on the ground.
Did he hear you?
He
didn't hear me
He
as
didn't. He didn't.
he almost got
Right there.
armbarred.
Oh my,
Almost
he
got
put him in
armbarred.
the armbar with literally like
Yeah.
20 seconds left, and I was like, oh my God, please survive, because I didn't think Pitbull was gonna win. I had Yair.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was crazy. One of the craziest like transitions like I've seen.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting
That
that.
3rd round was insane.
3rd round was the best round of the fight.
Yeah.
But if that was a 5-round fight, I think it would have been.
That would have been
That
more
would've been
interesting,
good, yeah.
but still, I think Yair
yeah,
takes
still,
it. I mean, he won the first 3 rounds.
yeah, it's just a different like I saw a clip of Joe Rogan talking with Ilya Taporia, another UFC fighter, and they were talking about how guys just not in the UFC, like the UFL,
Yeah.
the Bellator, it's just a whole different beast.
Yeah, I mean,
And how
there's a reason UFC's top, the best
Yeah.
of the best. The reason why Pitbull fought, I saw the Bellator just it ended, right? It's no longer a league, right?
I think they like combined with something, and like I don't think Bellator is even. I don't know. I think they combined with the PFL or something.
I mean,
PFL is tonight too.
what
Moving
about that
on.
new league that you?
Oh, the GFL?
Yeah.
That's in shambles right now. The GFL had their first event set for like May something. Like Dylan Dennis was gonna fight Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
It already got canceled. Already canceled. So I have heavy doubts.
what do you
for
think's
that.
a better league, the GFL or the CFC?
Oh,
Probably the
for
CFC.
sure.
Probably the CFC.
I mean, CFC has actually had an event.
we had
PFL.
one event, the
Or
Or
CFC.
GF.
Are we
CFC
going to
won.
see more events out of the CFC this summer?
I mean, I hope. I would.
I mean, we did
I'd be
have
willing to fight anybody.
have our interim champ Zach Salvaggio back out of a fight against Nicholas Carney
Yeah.
because of the training
the
that Carney's
training
been
that
going
Nick has
through.
had.
Ooh.
He's not too good of a fighter.
He's in the lab.
After months of Salvaggio talking trash to
Yeah.
Nick about
Now
dunking
he's
the
scared.
fight,
fight.
all of a sudden Nick wants to fight and Zach does not.
A little soft on Zach's part.
Well, would you want to fight somebody who's been training and you're just
I mean,
sitting
no
there
offense.
open?
No offense, it's Nick Carney.
Oh,
He's
nah.
He's
still-
a little short
Has he
and
been-
too
what's he
small for
doing?
me.
You were just
He
talking
doesn't do
about
it right now.
Patricia
He's a
Pitbull
pro.
about
What
being
did he do?
He did boxing.
What has Nick been doing?
See, like the
He
strike.
did boxing.
Okay.
and then
The
what
strike, yeah, but that's
It
fine.
is just
if
a
he,
difference.
if he
He's
was
not
doing
doing it right
jujitsu,
now, but
if he was doing jujitsu, I'd be like, no, I don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
fight.
jiu-jitsu, you're cooked.
What
You don't
about
wanna
what
get
about
choked out.
the Owen Cajana versus Aiden Kelly fight?
Oh, I think I will dismantle.
Oh my
Kelly.
God, especially with Owen doing the Muay Thai now.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's-
Kelly's gonna
that's
catch a kick
right.
to the head.
I wouldn't even need to throw kicks. I could beat him up with the punches.
Mm.
I don't think he could.
All right, moving on. Co-main event: Patty the Batty Pimblett versus
Okay.
Michael Chandler.
You
I
pick
mean,
him?
I remember picking
No.
Michael Chandler just because I like Michael Chandler a
Yeah,
lot.
Patty,
Yeah.
baby.
I said I wouldn't care who wins this fight. I'd be happy
Yeah, I
with
like
either.
them both.
Yeah.
Patty, 3rd round TKO. He was good on the ground.
Exceptional.
You think it was the fight of the night?
He got performance of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
deserved it though.
Who do you think deserved it?
Both?
There was 2 performance of the night.
Dominic Reyes. He didn't get
Yeah,
it.
Dominic Reyes did not get it. Jean Silva got it, and Patty got it.
I mean, Dominic. Yeah.
But I mean, Patty was.
It was great. That was probably the other one.
Dominic Reyes seemed pretty pissed that he didn't get it.
I'd be pissed too. He hit him with the McGregor knockout.
K too. Yeah, Andy was an underdog.
Yes.
Patty was a favorite, but like Patty's doubted by so many people.
Everybody doubts him.
Yeah.
Everybody goes into.
Honestly, I didn't like Patty like recently, and then like during the fight, I kind of switched my feelings because he's a beast. He kind of reminds people.
His
of,
interview is funny.
He
too.
kind of
He's
reminds people of McGregor,
Yeah.
and people didn't like McGregor.
Was it Dana or was it Joe Rogan saying about like people have been doubting you? Like, was it the
pretty much
Joe Rogan.
everybody.
Joe
yeah.
Rogan being like people have been doubting you every single fight? Like,
Yeah, and then in his interview, and then he was like,
post-fight interview.
"What now?
Yeah, he
What
screamed
now?"
"What now?" into the camera.
I mean, when do you think he's gonna get the shot at the title?
I think he needs to win one more.
Yeah.
One more, yeah.
He'll fight. He called out Oliveira Armon,
I think all of it. Oh yeah,
Gaethje.
he called
Gaethje,
he called
and
Armon a big
then-
meathead.
He called him a posh boy too. He's like, rich.
Oh, and can you talk about the altercation that happened
Oh, the
after the
altercation.
fight?
Yeah.
I didn't really understand.
So he's getting his like interview after, and Colby
After.
Covington, who's
Alright, Colby.
lost a couple in a row,
Yeah.
not a great fighter.
Put the gloves on.
Yeah.
0-4 in title fights, and he walks up behind, like, while Patty's getting interviewed or whatever, and he's like, "You fought a bum. Chandler's 2-6 in the UFC. You're
Is he
not
actually?
like legit." Chandler's 2-6.
Really?
Wait,
He's a lovable guy.
no,
though.
maybe 2-4.
Still.
He lost to Oliveira twice, lost to Gaethje, lost to Poirier,
Well, those are good fights.
lost to
They
Patty.
were all good fights.
Yeah, so he's 2-5.
I mean, Colby Covington. What have
Nothing
you done?
special,
I haven't
yeah,
had
what have
Colby
you done?
Covington since.
Yeah, he's ass.
I was gonna say
Anything else,
something
Will?
else. Michael Chandler retired.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
retire.
just yeah.
I think they gotta give him a fight to go out and
To
win.
win.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
I know
He's a
he's
legend
a
in
legend,
the
sport.
but
You
like
can't-
You gotta let him place the
he
gloves
just looks
down.
so old, and
Yeah.
he looks so like
Man, he looks
slow.
ripped though.
He was ripped.
He
He's
was.
a chiseled man.
Well, you got to win a fight to end it.
Give
And
him-
Kobe Turner, when he retired, he retired off a bad loss and a
Give
couple
him a-
bad losses. It was like, all right, you can get it, but Chandler, he's got to win one.
Yeah.
Just toss him.
He's
Give
gotta
him a
win.
little.
Yeah, but you don't want to put a bat like. I understand it's Michael Chandler, but you don't want to give him like a scrub, and then put him on a main card.
Not
like,
a
no
scrub,
mercy.
but
Scrub, give
a
him like
decent,
a lower ranked guy, like a number like 10 or something. Like he's fought in like Patty, who's a beast, and then Oliveira
Well,
twice.
Patty was supposed to be the retirement fight.
That's true. But
Yeah, but then you
Patty's-
put him against a 10, and then he loses. Then what do you do?
then you just
Yeah,
retire.
Then you
Then you
retire.
retire.
Go into the prelims.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, don't even go into the prelims. Just
All right.
accept your fate.
Now, other co-main event, the title fight for the featherweight championship, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Volk
Masterclass.
wins by unanimous decision. I think everyone loved to see Volk
Everyone
get his.
loved
And he got his ass.
After a
knocked
couple
down.
He did
bad
get knocked down.
losses, it's good to see Volk back on top. I mean, because if he lost his fight, I would have considered just like retiring
Wrapping it
for
up.
Volk. I don't know. We were talking about it, but now that he won this fight, now that he's the champ, I'm just happy for him.
Yeah, it was good to see him win.
Yeah, I think this fight was really good. I think that Diego Lopez can get the title eventually.
His chin is insane.
Oh my God, he
The
would.
shots he was eating.
He would literally just be like, "Come on."
Yeah.
He would get clocked in the face and be like, "Come on,
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
some more." And
He
I was like, "Oh my
taunting in
God."
that fifth round, he was
Yes.
taunting on him, flexing.
I was
on
like,
him.
"What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna get knocked out." And he just kept eating them and eating them. I was like, "Oh my God." He's
For
never
someone
gonna
that
go
was
down.
there on was Volk like heavily like the fan favorite there,
Oh yeah.
and then like
Well,
was that like the
actually,
most
there
electric
was-
fight of the night?
There was two fans behind us. One of the kids pulled out his wallet and he was like, 20 on Volk, 20 on Volk, and they were like arguing back and forth. But at the end of the fight, they ended up like becoming friends. But they were like screaming at each other to start it. Great fight though.
Yeah.
Volk masterclass.
Not a
Back on
ton
top.
of ground game, which
Oh yeah, no
You-
ground game. I thought
which is like odd for
Lopez is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but Volk is so
They're all
good on
black
the grounds
belts
too.
in jiu-jitsu,
Yeah,
yeah.
Volk is so good.
Volk had some good takedown defenses though, which
Yeah.
was kind of cemented the victory there. I think it could have went.
I mean, takedown defenses. According to Alex
Yeah,
Ferrer, the takedown defenses
I
are
guess
really
according
heavily
to-
weighted
Well,
in
well,
scoring.
Well, control time
Yeah.
also helps in the
Yeah,
clinch.
he didn't get held up on
He
the cage.
had
though.
like no control time.
I'm just happy to see Volk win. And overall, was that a great card to go to?
That was a great card. What with 3 finishes on the main card.
How were the
Tuesday.
prelims?
The best fight on the prelims was Trayshawn Gore and Marco Tulio. Marco Tulio trains with Shoot the Box, which is Charles Oliveira's camp, and he looked insane. He landed a spinning wheel kick, landed multiple spinning body kicks. He was like mixing it up so well. Ended up knocking him out, but Trayshawn Gore was also a beast. He got knocked down like 3 times, kept getting up, and then he just couldn't take it
I think
anymore.
that's what you got to do in the prelims. You got in order to earn your.
You gotta put on a show.
Yeah,
That was the
So,
second
gotta
fight
put
of
on
the
a
night
show.
too. Everyone was loving
You
it.
got it's like a fight to the death down there.
Yeah.
Like you can't show can't
Unless-
show any mercy.
Yeah, you either gotta brutally knock somebody out because like you just kind of see it with Bo Nickel a little bit. He's a big wrestler and he just kind of
He
wins.
has no box.
Yeah, he's just like he bores people, and it's
Yeah.
unfortunately the UFC is a business, and it's a show. It's a show business, and Dana pays the people the most money who put on a show.
Yeah.
You gotta put on a
That's
show.
what brings in the money.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna ask you a question. I forget what I was gonna ask.
We talk about all the fights.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Oh, the early stoppage on the.
Oh yes,
Danny
yes,
Sean Woodson
yes.
early stoppage. That was bad.
Oh my god, I think
It was harder to tell being there because they weren't facing us, and I was like watching the fight. I wasn't watching the jumbotron, and it like when I watched the replay, he had his hand up like that. But when I was watching it live, it looked like he was just like beating the crap out of him. So I didn't think of anything
honestly
at first.
I
and then
didn't.
I saw the replay, and I was like, oh, that was
Yeah,
bad.
I didn't think it was a horrible stoppage because Ige was just literally just gonna keep throwing at him, and he just would have been dead.
But he
But
was
you never,
blocking
but
him
you
out.
never know.
Yeah.
Especially with.
Just wait till he goes down at least.
Yeah, I know.
He like got back on his feet.
He's still on his knees. He's just sitting here like this,
Yeah.
just literally getting punched in the fucking.
Oh, and I
head.
think I saw an interview with McGregor. He was doing some interview. This is a little off topic, but no, it's still in the UFC.
Yeah.
I think someone asked him if he was like gonna come back, but I think he said like
I saw Ilya talking about if he was gonna come back.
Yeah,
on the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast. Joe Rogan podcast.
both
Yeah,
of
that
them were
was-
saying like
I did too.
I know at McGregor he was like, yeah, I have two fights left on his contract. He said, but
I don't think he could pass a drug test.
Yeah,
I
just
think
think
he's
he's
doing like
done,
cocaine
man.
or
He's a
something.
family man.
Steroids.
now,
I mean, he
Yeah.
got hurt and he was on steroids and he got huge. And
But, like-
why the hell would you get off of him if you look huge?
yeah. But would you?
I would
like,
love to see him fight.
Yeah, I'm saying, would you like to see him fight? Like have like that farewell tour?
I don't think
I don't know if
anybody
I'd
would-
want to because
You wouldn't want to.
But like, think about it.
no, because
What do
you would
all
expect
when
like
he,
his
like,
prime and
when
then
he
you'd
gets,
be,
if he was ever gonna
be like
fight,
Michael Chandler.
where do you think like they put him? He'd always be on a main card. He wouldn't be.
Michael
he wouldn't be
Chandler.
like a.
Michael Chandler. dude.
That's
That's not a farewell fight.
That's
for
not a
Michael
farewell
Chandler,
fight. That
I
is
don't
a-
think.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
For
Michael
both of them,
Chandler?
honestly, it could be
Yeah,
a
Michael
farewell
Chandler
tour.
farewell
is.
fight for both.
That could be
Yeah.
both a
No, it's
farewell
not.
tour goodbye, but
No,
they both hate each other, right? Not hate each other, but like they don't hate each other,
yeah.
but they would like
They
I know
want
they
to
would
fight
like
each
to
other.
fight each
Dustin
other.
Poirier hates.
Yeah.
Dustin
McGregor,
Poirier
yeah.
hate. No, Dustin Poirier hates Chandler too.
Doesn't he hate McGregor too?
He hates everybody. He hates everybody.
I wouldn't want to see him McGregor fight again because like I just
Could
To
ruin
see
the
him
legacy.
lose,
yeah, it
like,
ruins
bad
his
loss.
legacy.
Kinda like
It ruins
Ty-
his legacy.
Mike Tyson coming back and fighting Jake Paul.
Yeah, exactly. Like you give like the
Alright,
younger
I think that's a
audience-
little. I think that was.
No, you give like the
now
newer.
you see like
the
because
newer
when Mike
audience.
Tyson is fighting, all like I remember when I was watching the Tyson fight, all the adults were like, oh, and then like you're watching like, wow, this guy. Well, obviously I know how good Mike Tyson was, but like
Yeah.
You never
maybe
watched
kids
him.
younger that had never even seen highlights of him be like,
Be like, oh, this
wow,
kid.
this guy was the greatest boxer.
Yeah,
ever.
Exactly. That's
Like,
what
no,
kind
yeah.
of what I'm saying about
My
McGregor.
dad seemed just straight up depressed watching that fight. He was like,
Even I was just disappointed.
Yeah,
like,
he was
it
like
was all
Tyson
about
in
the
his
money
prime,
wise.
Like,
I mean,
you're-
I knew
no,
Jake
like,
Paul was
you're-
gonna win that fight. I was the only one that had
the
Jake
odds.
Paul winning.
I had Paul. I bet on Paul.
I had
Odds
Paul
were, like,
winning,
even.
but you obviously
Yeah,
want to
right.
see Tyson win, but that
Which
was
is crazy.
never gonna happen.
Yeah, but people thought that Tyson was gonna. Tyson. They
Tyson
thought,
came out.
He
in that
showed
first
some
round.
life.
Yeah, in the first round.
He showed some life.
They
I
thought
don't
like
think
he
it
wasn't
was-
gonna be the same like he was, but he was kind of not gonna be. He was gonna be better than
Well,
Jake
the
Paul.
thing is, people
And I
see
feel like that's how
power.
people. I feel like that's how people would see
He's
McGregor.
also, yeah, like when he was getting into what, like I think it was the fourth round maybe of the fight. He was just so tired, like he couldn't even move. Like
What is he? 60?
He's old.
he's almost.
I mean, the
there.
thing is, the people that don't know like fighting as much see the videos of him on the pads. Anybody looks
Anybody.
good. on the
Anyone
pads.
looks good. Yeah, smashing the.
If
pad
I
like
tell
that.
if I tell you to do this and
Catch you on a good
do it
day.
at the pads, like anybody looks good. Anybody looks like a pro on the pads.
Because what they don't realize is the people with the pads.
They're telling them what to
they
throw.
know they're coming
They're
down.
coming
too.
with it,
and
yeah.
It sounds
you're
even better.
meeting them. The pads are smacking, and you're telling them the combos
Exactly.
to throw. So you're meeting them everyone, and then even when they're like, when you see like Tyson like ducking it, you say like 1, 2, 3, and then you're
And then
throwing
they know
it,
it's coming.
so they know to duck it, and it's just like, I don't know.
Well,
People
overall,
just
I mean,
think way
that
too
fight was a great card. Great
Yeah,
card.
great card.
To
Oh, what
watch.
did you
I
say
mean, a lot
it's
of
the
great
best
fights.
so far?
Best I've seen is better than the Pereira
Do,
one.
do
but
we know who's the main event for 315?
315
Isn't it Marab?
No, that's
16?
16.
O'Malley 16,
315
right?
is 315 is Bilal and JD.
Oh, how was the O'Malley interview?
Yeah.
Oh, that
how
was
was
sick.
that?
Oh, yeah, the
Marab-
interviews.
Marab
Guys,
walks.
I like the interviews.
Marab walks in with his the baby thing on, and
Did he have the big
O'Malley's
hat on?
plushie. He didn't have the hat on. He had his hat said Sean's dad.
Yeah.
Or yeah, and then the Sean O'Malley plushie and like the baby thing. You see that?
Yeah.
The funny thing, I saw the
Marab's
interview
son on it.
when one of the fans asked O'Malley, he was like, "How does it feel to get the Dana treatment?"
Oh, yeah.
And O'Malley was like, "Thanks, Dana."
Thanks, Dana.
I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty funny.
What do you think? You think
Sugar
O'Malley
Sean
should...
I think
Be in that
O'Malley
fight?
can catch. Or I don't think he
Deserves it?
Deserved the title
No.
shot,
Yeah.
No way.
but I mean O'Malley's one of like the most entertaining
Entertainer.
guys.
He's an entertainer. That's what it
That's
all
what they
comes back
love.
to.
You were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's an entertainment business,
It's-
and the
it's-
entertaining
yeah.
guys are gonna get the shots.
It's a show.
Especially with the
It's a
younger
show.
kids. All the younger kids love Sugar.
Oh yeah.
I
mean-
love Sugar
I mean,
personally too.
As
I'm
a
big
younger
Sugar
kid,
guy.
like you're attracted to like more colors and like.
Yeah.
He's got the
He's got the rainbow hair.
And he's a kickboxer.
And he's got all the
too.
tattoos.
Who doesn't like kickboxing
Yeah.
over like a wrestler? Kind
Exactly.
Of guy? I do love Marab though.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Just, I
He's a machine.
I saw something and he was like he came back from a fight after he won the title one time, and he was like, DC was going to talk to him literally the day after, and he went to his house and he was like, where's Marab? And they were like, he's running.
Was Marab the dude that jumped in the frozen lake and his head was
Yeah,
like,
Marab.
everywhere?
Marab
He
friggin-
jumped head first in
Yeah,
the frozen
Marab
lake.
dived headfirst into a frozen lake and cracked his head. He doesn't have the greatest IQ, but I mean, he's a beast. He's fun to watch.
How about
He was fun to watch against Umar, not that first fight. But.
how about the interview of the 314 that literally just happened?
Oh,
it was
Diego
Diego Lopez
and Diego Lopez are
just
going
getting
at it.
after it,
Yeah.
and you see Volk and Michael Chandler just sitting there like this.
Chandler, we're loving it. That was mad. Did you see the translator dude? Who
Yeah,
he's
he's
like, oh, like he had no idea what to
Yeah,
say.
he was
in shambles.
Talk about that in the next segment.
Yeah, there was
I'll let you know in the next segment.
yeah, like the translator. I was expecting to hear some translating, and then
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
Something
He
big.
could not say what, because I mean it was still awesome to watch it, but like I couldn't understand.
yeah, obviously."
I think we got to wrap up this segment. Move on to the next.
Our third segment, guys, the NBA playoffs. Some breaking news that just happened. Not really big, but Rob Pelinka just got extended as the GM and the president of operations. So it's pretty good for the Lakers. He's been not a bad GM.
Got Luca.
He got Luka, so that's probably the real reason why he's been extended. But
They're winning too.
and the
What a 3 seed.
3 seed
yeah, the 3 seed.
facing the Timberwolves in the first round.
That's.
Good series.
I was looking at every single
Every
series.
single series in the West is going
Looks
to be a
good.
good series.
Yeah.
Maybe not the OKC, which whoever wins.
Yeah. Wait, who?
That would
I
be,
think the Kings could. I mean, when you have DeMar, Zach LaVine,
And Sabonis.
and Sabonis, and then you have Keegan Murray as sniper. Who's their last star? I think Malik Monk was out, and he's a bench guy anyway. Who's their last star? Oh, Keon Ellis.
I
He's
mean,
good too. I mean,
the first thing is, who do you guys think is just gonna win it all?
win it all. NBA championship.
Yeah, sorry, you.
Celtics. I got
Not-
Celtics beating the Lakers.
Not the Celtics.
Wow.
I got the Celtics beating the Lakers. And
That would be a great finals.
I think
If they
that.
get
I-
it done.
also the Celtics over the Lakers.
I think that's just.
Nobody's beating the
Because
Celtics.
I think the
healthy.
Lakers are going to get past the first two rounds fairly easily. I mean, Timberwolves is a good matchup,
I
but the
think the
Lakers are
Timberwolves
just
could
better.
give them trouble.
But
That's what Luka did. To
I
the
mean,
Timberwolves
dude, if
last
the
year.
Warriors win round two again, I think the Warriors could easily upset the Rockets.
I do too, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
happen.
think it's gonna happen.
I think Amen's gonna
That'd be such
lock
a good.
up Curry. I think
That'd be a
Amen's
good
gonna
series to
lock
watch
up
because the last time Warriors Lakers played, that was a great
It
series.
was a good
Yeah.
series.
Everybody
2
says
years
every
ago.
year like LeBron and Curry like farewell series, but it looks
They
like it's
play
just
each
gonna
other
happen
every year.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the only reason I would wait. So if the Warriors win the first round
they
and the
play
Lakers win,
they play the Lakers.
They
That'd be
play
awesome.
each other, yeah.
I just don't think. I think Curry's gonna get
So
cleansed.
we got for the West, it's OKC versus the winner of the Grizzlies and Kings tonight, and then 4 or 5 seed
All day.
is Nuggets versus Clippers.
Good matchup.
3-6 is Lakers Timberwolves, and then 2-7 is Rockets Warriors.
I love Anthony Edwards.
And then
Not a family man.
over in the
I
East,
don't care.
we got
Nice game. You did a good job.
the Cavs versus the winner of the Hawks and Heat. 4 and 5 is the Pacers versus Bucks. 3-6 is Knicks versus Pistons. And then the 2-7 is Celtics versus Magic.
Celtics Magic is tough.
I don't think this. I mean,
That's a tough.
Five games.
That's a tough
6.
first round.
we know the Celtics struggling against the Magic, but it's the playoffs
It's the
now.
play. It's just a different
Celtics
breed.
in 5.
Still,
I think the Celtics.
Magic for
I think
a
the
first
Celtics can
round.
drop one game.
I mean, the Magic
They
would
will
be much
though.
higher if Franz and Paolo were healthy.
Yeah, but
So that's a very tough first round matchup for the Celtics, even though they should still win.
I'm also, for my prediction, I'm going to take the Celtics. I don't think any team is beating the Celtics when they're all healthy.
yeah.
Who do you
That
think
team
is
is
gonna
just
win?
ridiculous.
I don't know who's gonna win it all. It's gonna be the Celtics in the finals because the Cavs are a higher seed, but I just
Who
don't.
cares?
I don't.
Sure, but
I don't really like when I watch.
Celtics might have a better
Those are the few
player in
games.
almost every position.
Those were the few games that I actually watched the NBA. It was the Celtics against the Cavs.
Yeah.
Every time I watched, it, I was like, the Celtics they play better.
Yeah, the Cavs beat them last time, but that was like
That
it's
game
still the
can win
Celtics
either
were
way.
we're in it. And
Oh,
then
Yeah,
that was the game
I think-
Tatum had the.
Which one was the one the Celtics started up like 28 to?
That was that
Tatum
game.
had
Oh, it was that
40.
game.
Yeah,
and then
that
they
was
blew
that
it.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they blew it.
I
How
think
about
it's,
that game?
I think
No,
it'll-
You don't blow those games in playoffs.
No, absolutely not. You just
triple
stay
double
in.
bet.
I think that
Celtics still
I think
win.
it's either going to be the Lakers or the Thunder that win.
Yeah.
As much
I
as I
agree with
hate,
that.
I
can't
don't want the
stand
Lakers to win.
Thunder.
I love SGA.
Ugh.
I'm not a huge Chet Holmgren guy, but he's grown on me a little bit.
I like Chet. He jumps for everything.
I like Chet. I did not like Shea Gilgeous.
No,
I love
I'm
Shea.
just not a Thunder
I
fan.
love his
No.
name. I love
I think
the way he
Shea's,
plays.
I think Shea's fun to
Should
watch
be a
when he's
Clipper,
not
but
shooting free
He's,
throws.
he's fun to. He's always shooting free throws.
He is fun to
He's
watch.
probably shooting free throws right now.
He's fun to watch when he's not shooting free throws, like when he's hitting mid ranges. But what does he shoot, like 10 free throws a game?
Yeah.
Which is-
I mean, let's
Is
see.
John Morant still allowed to play in the NBA?
Is he hurt?
I love his grenade celebration. It's fire.
Yeah, did he get hurt?
Who, Ja?
Yeah.
He did, but he came
Is he
back.
fine?
He came back in the same
He's
game
good?
against the
We
Warriors.
got all right. Next question we got: who are some sleepers in this playoffs? I mean,
I'm gonna start off here. The Pistons
the Pistons.
as my number one sleeper pick.
As a Celtics fan, I would
Couldn't
rather
disagree more.
want the Celtics play the Knicks in the second round than the Pistons.
Yeah.
I think
Celtics play
Oh,
the
yeah.
Knicks more. The Pistons are very good, but the Knicks have so much star power.
But the Knicks play tough defense in the refs are gonna be calling less fouls in the playoffs, and that bad boys Pistons defense, they're tough.
Yeah.
You got Isaiah Stewart, Asar Thompson.
Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart's probably gonna throw at least 6 punches
Asar-
at Chris
He'll get at least 3 T's in.
Asar clamps
Thinking
up
of-
Tatum. Asar clamps up Tatum.
Asar claims with Tatum, but that Tatum has 4 other guys to go to
That's true.
the court. That's the thing with the Celtics.
More
You
than
can-
just 5.
One
dude.
player
You
can
lock
get
up- you lock up
6.
Tatum.
You
7
got,
players you can even.
you got
I
5
don't
other
think
players
anybody
on the
can
court
lock
that
up
can
Cade.
score
I
at
can
the
lock
elite
it.
level.
Cade,
But we
think
also
Cade
got
is
Drew
so good.
Holiday.
Who do you think's better, Cade or Brunson? In that Knicks pace.
I think Cade. I love Cade.
I love
I'm just
Jalen
not a big
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
I love
fan.
Jalen Brunson.
I think Brunson's more clutch, but Cade is better.
Better
Jalen Brunson been
overall
there
wise,
before.
I
He's
think.
been
That's
there
true.
before.
That's true.
Yeah.
Andrew's big thing.
Experience.
I'm a big,
Yeah.
big on experience.
Big
That's why I don't
experience.
think the Thunder can make it out of the West. Because if you got to go against,
Well, look at the Mavs last year, though.
yeah,
They
I
had
guess
Luka.
so. They had Luka.
Yeah, I mean, when you have one of the
The
best
only
players in the league,
experience
Luka.
Luka
Kyrie.
had, though, was
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
going to that one
Kyrie.
conference.
You
Oh,
had
yeah, I forgot
Kyrie.
about Kyrie.
back out to Kyrie.
I forgot
Klay
about
Thompson's on that
Kyrie.
team too,
Klay
right?
Thompson.
No,
No, he wasn't.
He was on the
He
Warriors
wasn't
last
on
Oh
year.
yeah, he was on the
Oh,
Warriors.
right.
But,
Over
I mean,
10 in the.
Oh yeah,
Looking
yeah.
at all
forgot.
these teams,
How do you forget about that?
I
Over 10.
Thunder are most likely going to end up playing the Nuggets in the second round. That's basically the same team that
Whoa.
won the championship.
Who is it?
That's
Thunder, Clippers.
Clippers.
and Kawhi.
Thunder and Clippers are. Wait, so you think the Clippers
Well-
beat the Nuggets?
No, you said it's either the Nuggets or the Thunder. I think the Nuggets are going to win, but that Thunder,
Jamal Murray's the biggest playoff riser. in the
yeah, that
league.
Nuggets team is.
And Jokic
It's
is
basically the
just
same
him,
team
so.
that won the finals 2 years ago.
I've been seeing a lot of Zubats Glaze on TikTok.
You
saying
know
he's-
about Zubac is a 90 overall in NBA 2K25.
Is he?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quentin Grimes is an 85.
Quentin Grimes has been going off.
So there's.
I
there's
saw
just gonna be-
something-
there's
I
just
saw
very
something
lenient
that
with
The
it.
inflation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point.
In
Wrong with
Kemba
2K, man.
Walker's
Come on.
career, his highest overall ever was an 87.
Yeah,
Who?
that's crazy.
Kemba Walker.
Oh,
Also,
Cardiac
Dirk.
Kemba on the.
The year the 2K after that Dirk won the championship and beat the
Yeah, beat the Heat.
He was an 85 overall.
That's
Jesus.
Dirk's never clipped
Grimes
it.
is the
Well,
Dirk,
it's hard to get rating points when you're slow.
Dirk's never clipped a 90 overall in 2K before.
That's insane.
That's wild. I didn't
wild
know
if
that.
you
It's because he's slow.
Doesn't matter. It's Dirk.
I mean, he's still got crazy shooting, solid finishing, insane mid range.
How's his handles?
Don't matter.
How's his passing? Like,
Well,
you got to.
I mean, I do see a lot of Zubac Glaze, but you know now he's playing Jokic.
So is he clamping Jokic?
No,
Nobody's
not
clamping
Jokic is
Jokic
man.
is Jokic, man.
You know, I got Harden.
He should have like 9
Harden and
MVPs.
Kawhi.
I got Harden going
Kawhi's-
for 30. I got the
healthy
Clippers.
Kawhi's.
Me too.
I got the
I
Clippers.
I could definitely see that happen, but not good.
Jokic gonna win MVP?
No.
How?
It's gonna
Average
be
the triple-double.
I think Shea.
The odds say SGA,
But
SGA is a minus 4,000.
I saw
Really?
a tweet
which is
a
crazy.
couple days
But
ago.
Jokic averaged a triple double.
I
There's
think
literally
Jokic-
only
I
I
think
think
four
Jokic
people
should
have done
win it.
that.
I think Jokic should have won it for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Didn't Jokic have a game
Voted
where he had
for
60, 20, and 20?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That
he
is
did.
insane.
But-
60, even if you just have 20, 20, and 20, that
So he
is
accounted
unreal.
for 100 points.
At least.
At least.
At least 100
That's
points.
crazy.
I mean,
Probably
Probably more.
close to like 110.
At
I
least
saw a
100.
tweet.
Literally without
I saw a
hitting.
tweet a couple days ago. Pick one out of these four, and it was 2018 Harden, 2017
Oh,
Russ, 2016 Curry, and 2025 Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Give me
Harden.
Comparing
No,
those,
Harden,
comparing
Harden.
Shea
Give me
to
Russell
those
Westbrook.
elite seasons,
It's crazy.
out of those unanimous
Curry
MVP
was
Steph Curry,
unanimous.
triple double Russ, and he's averaging 40.
Yeah.
James Harden.
Yeah.
The only Harden thing was LeBron was nasty that year.
Yeah.
But the Rockets won. I think the Rockets were what, the 1 seed that year over the Warriors.
Yeah, they were. And then 2017 Russ was also like, oh, Harden could have easily won it that year too, but Russ was averaging a triple double.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
Harden
And he
should have won
broke
it in
the record that
2019.
year.
Yeah.
Harden should have won it in 2019.
It's hard to like.
Is that the
Giannis,
Giannis?
completely robbed. Harden
Yeah.
averaged 36 in 2019.
I think.
And
That's
he
a
didn't
lot.
I think
It's
comparing.
insane.
I
He
think
didn't win
comparing
MVP.
Shea to all those guys is no.
How much does Shea average? 30
Shea's
something?
31, I believe.
31?
Imagine just going out there every night and basically being guaranteed to score 30 points.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know.
I don't think they'll call as much fouls on him now that the playoffs is around.
Yeah.
I
All
think playoffs more physical.
I feel like that was showed too that
Well, maybe he's either gonna blossom or he's gonna
yeah.
crumble.
suck.
I mean,
If he blossoms, that would be fire.
Then that'd be like, okay, I mean, he doesn't need to shoot free throws to
Yeah.
score 30 points a game.
he still averages the most points this year without shooting free throws. He's averaging 24 without free throws.
That's
Next,
still crazy.
Still
next
pretty.
is 22 with Jokic.
Oh, that's still crazy.
I don't know how Jokic doesn't win MVP.
I think he 100% deserves MVP.
Look up
I think there's
He
only
deserves
4 or 5
it,
people who
but
are averaging
people that
triple
pick
double.
The
him.
NBA hates giving MVPs to the same person.
Yeah,
over
as
and
you
over.
can tell.
I know, but
Voter
still.
fatigue is crazy. If voter fatigue wasn't a thing, Jokic has been the MVP for the
5
last
years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Embiid shouldn't have won it.
No,
Oh,
that
no.
was a
That was-
joke.
Fraudulent MVP season.
Yeah, I forgot he won it.
Like they just felt
It's
bad
just,
for the guy.
I don't know. I feel like you give the award to who deserves it. I don't
The
care.
NBA
It doesn't
do
matter.
that, though.
3
NBA does
people.
not do that.
I've done it.
The Big O,
Oscar Robertson,
yep.
Westbrook.
and Jokic.
What are we talking about?
Westbrook's done it
Like 7 times.
What?
4 times in his career.
People who average a triple double. If you average a
Oh,
triple double, there's
oh,
literally
yeah,
only
yeah,
3
yeah.
other people.
He's done it.
in
Westbrook's done it 4. Robertson and Jokic. Well, this is gonna be Jokic. Jokic has done it once, which I think it's gonna be his second year.
Second.
And then Robertson's done it once. But I think he should be MVP. I mean, obviously Shea's the best player on the number 1 seed. That goes a long way. But
Yeah, that helps a lot.
I don't know.
Hard to get awards when your team's not the best team.
But Jokic still
Oh, yeah,
a
what are
4
the-
seed.
That's Matthew Phillips.
The 4 seed?
That's right. It's true.
Clippers are the
That's true.
5. Yeah.
Very true.
That's gonna be a great matchup. I mean,
I mean,
especially
look at every single series. Every single series is good.
It's pretty,
How do you
yeah.
think the environment in
I was
in
just
the
gonna talk about
Clippers?
the Intuit.
Oh,
at the
Like,
Clippers,
wall-
especially with the
The
Yeah.
wall is gonna be
Wall.
rocking, man.
I mean,
You
every
think that's
series
going to
is
be a
great.
huge impact, or
I wouldn't say
think it-
huge because
I saw
Denver's
it.
stadium too, like their arena still is
And you play at high.
is
and low.
ridiculous too.
They got the high
that place keeps
altitude.
rocking.
Yeah.
They got the altitude.
I mean,
That's
I think
the
every matchup. I mean, the 1 and 8 seeds might be a little but I mean, the 2-7, the Rockets Warriors. Warriors an elite offense versus Rockets an elite defensive team.
That'll be a good series.
Amen Thomas versus Steph Curry.
That's insane. That's a crazy.
Jimmy gonna be healthy?
Playoff Jimmy.
Yeah, he's healthy.
All right.
Playoff Jimmy.
You got that.
Steph Curry though, like.
Playoff Jimmy.
Playoff Jimmy.
Jimmy
was
just
an
dropped.
overrated player in
Jimmy
NBA
dropped
history.
38 in the play-in.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Playoff
Curry dropped
Jimmy,
36.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
think
God,
even the
dude.
Pacers-Bucks series could
36
be
and
good.
38.
We've seen what Halliburton's done in the playoffs. He hits shots, but
Yeah.
he struggled this year. But they're still the 4th
Halliburton
seed.
probably had the biggest fall off.
Dame is out for the playoffs.
Blood clot.
Is he only the first round though?
Potentially first 2
Because
rounds.
I saw
What?
he
He's
got cleared
only
or
out
whatever.
for the first 2 rounds.
I don't think it's a
No, he
series.
just got like
It's like
cleared.
some-
Oh, he just got cleared.
It's over.
Yeah.
The blood clots.
He was out for a while though, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think they said early. I heard early playoffs, but then I also saw that the blood clots are gone.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around with blood clots.
Are bad.
And then the Knicks
Gosh.
versus Pistons, 2 great fan bases. Those are gonna be some electric games.
Nothing better than seeing the Knicks fans outside the Madison Square Garden in the playoffs.
Did you see that? Did you see that the Pistons are not allowing anyone to buy tickets unless you are from Detroit?
Everyone does that
That's
recently.
fire.
Everyone's been doing that.
I low-key like that.
Oh,
yeah, I like
Well, the
Creates a better environment.
the Lions did that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Lions. That's who did it.
Maybe
Wait,
it's just a
aren't-
Detroit thing.
Won't you be in Orlando?
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna go to
I'm
it again?
not gonna go.
That's gonna be
Because it's
expensive.
expensive.
No, it's gonna be like $150 a ticket. I mean,
That's not bad.
To a Magic game?
I know, but like, I'm not trying to sit in the boondocks.
Yeah.
If it was hockey, I'd do it. Like, yeah,
Watching
fine.
that.
Because it's just hard to-
Magic.
Yeah, and then
Great song.
if they won, I'd have to stay for the song and dance. But insane, dance and sing. But I would be upset that Celtics lost. But
I mean, I think the Celtics.
I think Celtics get it done in
do you
5.
think?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Is the Magic's arena like? Do they get rowdy in there?
I've seen some clips of them.
Wait, did
I think
make
they
it
just have a
last
good
year?
hype up team.
Oh yeah, they did. They
They
lost to the
did.
Cavs.
Their team's just a fun team.
They're
Did
the
they go to
ultimate
game
like
7 against the Cavs?
7 or 8 seed. They're always the
Yeah.
7 or 8 seed.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember it last year.
They lost to the Cavs.
It was.
in
Yeah, I
7.
think Franz kind of choked in Game 7.
Yeah, he did. I
That was a
remember
big
that.
choke game out of Franz, but I love Franz Wagner.
Yeah, it's a
Remember when
beast.
the DJ Augustine Magic pushed the Kawhi Raptors?
Well, now you got the Corey Joseph Magic. Corey Joseph did start in the play in Game 4 for the Magic. I was reading that lineup. I'm like, wow, is this like the final game of the season? And I'm like, oh no, they're playing in the play. Corey Joseph. I mean,
Getting the nod.
I feel like this Magic team it gets like the hypes of like the 2019 Nets team. That team was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Was that the Russell?
D'Angelo,
Yes.
the D'Lo season.
The D'Lo season?
I mean,
Was Cam Johnson on that game still?
Yeah.
no.
Suns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Johnson.
the Suns.
Who else was on the team?
Cam Johnson
Jared
might
Allen.
have.
Jared Allen.
Jared
was on
Allen,
the team.
Jared Dudley.
Dudley.
That was the
that's
Jared
good.
Dudley Ben Simmons smash.
Oh, Ben
In the
Simmons.
playoffs, that was fire.
When was
The
Ben
Ron
Simmons on the
Holmes
Nets?
Jefferson.
Ben Simmons
is on the
traded.
Clippers
He's on the
now.
Clippers now.
Ben Simmons is a good defender.
Is he okay?
He's a good defender.
Yeah, he's
Not
not
bad. I
bad.
did see him airball like a layup a couple days ago.
What happened to him?
He got waived, and then the
Clippers picked him up.
It's low-key
Clippers
sad
picked him
in
up.
his like story.
Rookie of the year after being in the league for 9 years.
Philly fans made me hate him, but now I like him.
I like Ben
I've always
Simmons.
liked Ben.
Yeah, I've
Simmons.
never.
Even when he was on Philly and people were saying he was better than Tatum.
I hated though how he posts a workout video before every season.
I
Looking
can't.
like he's
well, I mean,
goddamn.
I
crying,
just
like,
tune out the
Giannis,
tape.
and
I
he
just
suck.
I just tune out the blank is better than Jason Tatum stuff now. Like,
The Kuzma.
yeah, I
Remember
remember
that
last.
like graphic of Kuzma and Tatum, and it's like Kuzma has better shooting, like dribbling and all that stuff.
I remember seeing last year Josh Hart thought he was some like genius saying that Derek White was better than Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's just not true. Jason Tatum's a top 5 player in the NBA right now.
Josh Hart, beast.
Josh Hart is a
Ultimate
beast.
role player.
Ultimate
He is an
hustle
ultimate
player.
role player, but
It's Andrew in the backyard.
I am.
Andrew's backyard comparison.
Rebound god over
I
there.
get boards, I get boards.
And he dishes.
Right,
Franco's-
God dish.
And he can score.
The Franco's backyard comparisons like LaMelo. He's shooting the one-legged faders.
Better not
And
Leandro.
I've been making them. I've been making those.
You
Those
do,
cash.
but-
I mean, they do call me the Drew Exterminator.
What they do?
I don't know about that. The Drew Stopper. What about to Franco and
Roman.
Oh,
Well,
man,
me
put
and
me against Roman.
what
man.
about the
Trying to
Franco?
what
fucking
about Millworks
MJ,
to
man.
Franco?
Ugh,
Millworks
boys.
to Franco is 2019 Jared Dudley. But
Millworks
God.
to
If you
Franco.
ever say go to the Millworks, man, I'm not going. I'm gonna find an excuse.
I
That
mean,
was
we did
brutal.
play a whole basketball season in the Millworks, so.
Slipping and sliding on
That's-
those courts.
Stick to the
that was a rough
backyard.
year.
Yeah. It was a fun
Didn't
year,
win a
though.
game though.
Yeah, we did win. We beat Wilmington.
Oh,
We beat
So we have a
Wilmington
step
twice.
back
Is
through
that a
on.
1-win?
yeah,
We'll beat them twice. I remember we lost to
yeah.
McDoing by 1 because
We lost to
Big A,
Hebron.
Big A scored on the other
Oh,
team.
I wasn't
Oh,
there.
Yeah. God.
Didn't we lose to Hebron
Yeah,
in overtime?
Celine- yeah,
they
we
had
lost
the
to
girl
Celine
and
the
Celine
Dream.
the Dream.
It was not a girl, bro.
Dream.
It was
He plays
His
baseball.
name's Tucker.
His name's Tucker.
yeah, Tucker. I know.
He
He played
played
college
football.
baseball.
Actually,
Yeah, he's tough. He's
does he
fast.
still have the hair?
Yes.
He was fast.
Is that the kid that we played?
Yeah, it's the long hair kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kid's
He
pretty
picked
good,
up in
man.
freshman year.
Really?
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he was good
Oh,
at baseball.
And yeah,
Anything else about
any
that?
more insight about the NBA playoffs that anyone wants to add?
Oh,
Don't
tonight's-
sleep on the
tonight's
Nuggets.
predictions. We already did
Tonight's
that.
prediction we did not.
I got the
think
Heat.
Who's playing tonight?
Hawks and Heat, and then Grizzlies, Kings. I got
The Heat
Kings.
trade. Why did Jimmy Butler want to leave the Heat if they're a playoff team?
They're playing.
They're playing.
Counts.
in.
They're
yeah,
playing more
but
games
it's
in a
I
row.
don't even think it's because of like the team or anything. I think it was the management of what he was trying to get, and
Oh.
they just
I
were
think
not.
Jimmy is just overrated. And
All right,
I think
let's
the
go.
Playoff.
Whoa.
Playoff Jimmy.
I do not want to
Regular
hear a
season
single
Jimmy.
thing about playoff Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy has not won a championship.
I don't
so-
give a damn. Playoff
Okay.
Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy is
It's
very.
hard to win championships.
Yeah.
You need a whole team.
Nah.
He's carried that
LeBron's
Heat
done
team
it.
a couple times.
He hasn't won it by himself.
Yeah, he hasn't won it by himself, but playoff Jimmy, I think.
Playoff Jimmy. Was he? No, he had Bam. I guess in the bubble year.
And they shouldn't have been there unless Bam blocked Tatum at the rim.
Crazy block.
That Celtics Lakers. Oh my God, that series would have been crazy.
Celtics had a lot of ups and downs. That Raptors series.
Oh,
Yo, bubble season don't
When
count.
OG
Didn't they
hit the
start
game
Every
winner.
sport, bubble
They start up
season's not
2-0
count.
and OG hits a game winner, and I was like, I thought the Celtics were going to close out the next two games, and then they like lose one. Didn't they go to 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Raptors, right?
That was like
I actually
Spicy-
remember,
Spicy Heat.
that was buzz cut headband Tatum.
I remember watching one of those games where Thompson got his ice in his milk.
Yeah.
At that when I
At
got
a
the lemon
restaurant.
pepper wing.
Oh, the wing place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that was a
pepper
brutal
wings.
time.
That was fire.
Frank got the hottest wings on the menu.
Yep, that was awful, man.
No, didn't DeFranco get the steak tips
No,
with
that
the
was
green
Cam.
stuff on it?
Cam got steak tips. And he didn't
Yeah,
eat
this
them.
kid got the spiciest wings.
He's like, bro, I like spice, bro. I like spice. And he didn't.
Yeah.
Bro, these are not good.
Yeah,
That was mad funny.
I was not expecting that out of him.
Blood said he likes.
It was like
spicy
Asian
already.
Zing or something like that, crazy or I don't know. It was really bad.
Any last things before we move on to our final topic? Second to last
That's about
topic.
I got nothing.
All right. Fourth segment of the day. Just quickly gonna go over our Stanley Cup predictions. Owen, big hockey fan, start us off.
So I thought the Bruins were gonna win it originally, but seeing that they didn't make the playoffs, I got the Dallas Stars.
The Dallas Stars.
Yeah, the Dallas Stars
Good
are going
pick.
all the way. You can trust me on that one. Put all your money on it.
I'm gonna pick the Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights.
It's a safe pick.
You can't beat them, man.
No, they're not winning. Did they win
Experience.
last year?
They won 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, they're not winning
Franco?
2 in 3 years.
I'm gonna go with the Washington Capitals. I think
It's
it'll
not
be
gonna happen.
I'm gonna go with the Winnipeg Jets.
Boring.
Don't ask me why.
no NHL team has ever won the Stanley Cup when they win the President's Trophy.
It's gonna change.
What's the
Just like-
president?
Just like the Bruins when they broke the
Best
record.
regular season. The Bruins had that, and you see what
Yeah,
happened.
they
lost
lost
in the first round.
Lost to the Panthers.
All right. Final segment of the day.
I remember watching that with you, Disney.
Yeah, and then Ryan was laughing.
Oh,
when he
Andrew's
lost.
laughing.
Like
for
an
the
absolute
loss.
dick.
Andrew was dying.
Dying laugh
when
by
we
me,
lost.
Vin,
So I started singing
guy-
98 Bruce. Man, let's
me and Jay were
Jay and
trying,
Franco
man.
were crying, and
Yeah.
Andrew just tried not to laugh.
You were. I know you were.
I was too, but I actually was able to hold in my
It was the
laugh.
saddest.
So, like,
It was a sad day, man.
Like, we almost
you
went to that
weren't
game.
able to.
Yeah, we were gonna go.
We were gonna
Thank
go to
God
that
we didn't
game.
go.
Oh
so
my
we
God.
would have lost it.
That would have been a lot of money
Alright.
too.
$200.
Yeah, we almost.
Final
can't believe we
segment
lost
of today's episode, the NFL Draft. Titans hold the number 1 pick. They're projected to take Cam Ward as of right now. Do you think that's who the number 1 pick should be?
it. No.
Kid's got aura.
He does have aura.
He does have aura.
Go ahead.
For me, I think that Tennessee obviously needs a quarterback. I think Jackson Dart.
All right.
And Frank, just listen.
Jack.
First pick in the
Dark.
draft. A
Listen.
little
So
ridiculous.
Kelly's not here, but
Yeah.
we got Kelly
Listen,
Jr.
Thank you for filling in for Kelly this
So this is.
episode.
I'm not saying this should be the right pick, but people are sleeping on Jackson
He's
Dart.
fine as hell.
Just like Bo last year. Bo Nick.
He
last
could
year.
Nobody was
Bo
sleeping
Nix
on
for
Bo. Nobody was sleeping on Bo.
I was a little sleepy.
I was
Not
sleeping on Bo.
Bo.
I was sleeping
I was
on
sleeping
Bo.
on Bo just because he had to transfer out of the SEC.
Yeah,
Not even
I said the
that.
same thing, but then I was
He
like,
definitely
I
very
hope he
well
doesn't.
could be a Bo Nix of this year's
Oh,
draft.
Alright, for me, whatever. Since you guys hate my take, I'll pick another one. Shador's never going one.
I think Shador's overrated.
I
I
think
think
he's
he's-
the most
I
overrated.
think- Don't get me wrong. I think he's
He's
decent, kind of good. I only think
He's
he's
not-
getting the hype because Travis Hunter's on his team.
Yes.
Mhm.
Did, did you just see he's getting his number retired?
Yes.
That is a joke.
Travis Hunter, I can see why you get your number.
Travis
retired.
is fine.
One of the most-
Heisman,
Heisman, one
two-way,
of the most, two-way
elite
player.
season,
Then he's
elite
gonna
player.
probably be
Man.
maybe the number one pick. Maybe.
Shador
Maybe.
Sanders is his dad coached, and
Yeah.
he didn't
The
win
only
a conference championship. Didn't win a conference.
Didn't win a
regular
bowl game.
season. Didn't win a bowl game. Got blown out by BYU.
BYU
in the
Yeah,
bowl
Alabama.
game. Yeah.
But the
They
only
haven't won anything.
he broke records. That's what people have been
They
saying.
broke records because they stopped running the ball.
Yeah, they just threw the ball more because he had Travis Hunter and he had Horn.
Yeah.
Two very good wide receivers.
They were
Because
losing.
Deion
They
doesn't
were
seem like a running.
they were
Yeah, he wants to throw.
they
it.
were
Let's air it
close.
out.
They were in close games against teams that they shouldn't have been close with. They won games with teams that they
Did
should.
they get spanked by Nebraska?
Yeah, that was
Yes,
early in
they
the
got-
season.
That was
They were-
bad.
But and then people argue like, well, look at the stats. Look at the stats. I remember watching a game they were playing Oklahoma State. They were up at 30 points. Shador's still in.
Yeah.
You
Travis
can't look at
Hunter's
the
still
stats.
in.
If you're looking at the stats, Bailey Zappi's the greatest QB of all time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if people bring up like the people who bring up stats, like he had such good stats, it's like Deion didn't take them out.
Yeah,
He
like,
kept them in.
Genty got taken out at halftime every game.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine if he didn't get taken out at halftime. The
Maybe.
numbers he would have.
Did he
is-
break the record?
Now
No.
he's
He was
100 yards
close.
short.
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
And then
Got shut down against Penn State.
I do think Cam Ward should
Not
be the
really
first
shut
pick
down,
just
but-
because of what the Titans need, and I think he's the best quarterback. But like, I'm mad. Like, this is such a weak drafting quarterback. Like, any team last year, any quarterback
Would be
really
fine.
prospect last
It
year,
would be the number one pick in
Yeah.
the draft.
Would
whether
go
it's
one-
Caleb Williams, Jay Daniels, Drake May,
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy,
JJ McCarthy
We'll
would definitely
see.
get drafted.
Yeah.
In the draft.
maybe I don't know. Cam Ward, they're kind of similar, I think. But did you see what Cam Ward was saying about the Titans players in the Fortnite lobbies though? Did you hear about that?
I saw
No.
him talking about his top 5
Cam
head
Ward was
coaches.
streaming Fortnite, and someone goes, oh,
He just like me.
what's your top 5? Who's the best running backs in the league? He goes, Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears.
Oh god.
And he goes, who's the best receiver? He's like, I'm gonna have to give it to Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, he said Calvin Ridley was better than AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, I did see that. That was
So I
crazy.
mean, I think that's definitely indicating that he is going to Tennessee. And I saw a comment saying he's the first player ever wanting to go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
Why
get
does he
that
want
first
to go to
overall
Tennessee?
pick bag.
Why does he want to?
Oh, because they're the number one pick.
Yeah.
And I think that he is.
I think he's gonna.
He has the highest floor out of all the quarterbacks. I don't think he
Yeah.
has the highest ceiling out of all the quarterbacks, though.
I think.
He'd be very-
I think
Decent
I think Jackson
quarterback.
Dart has the highest.
Yes.
All right.
ceiling.
Next question: what should the Pats do with the number 4 pick? I think it's either
Get the Pereira dude.
either Carter or
Bill
Hunter.
Carter.
If one of them are gone, you take the one who isn't. So either Carter or Hunter. But if they're both there,
Take Campbell. If they're both not there.
if they're both not there, I think trade down is the best option.
Well, the
But
Pats have 3 or 4.
they're the fourth. But I think if I had a choice between Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter,
Carter all day.
I'm going with Carter because Travis Hunter just came out and said he's not signing an NFL contract unless he's playing both sides of the ball, which
And no team is ever going to
You cannot do that in the
You
NFL.
Yeah,
can't.
they will. They'll let him do it, and then
And
the
then they'll
NFL
see.
is
halfway through camp, he'll be like, "I can't do this anymore."
the NFL is just not built for that. Over the regular season for Colorado, Travis Hunter did not participate in a single practice. He spent
that
every single
can't
day
happen.
rehabilitating his body because he was taking so much of a beating for playing both sides.
And
of the
even
ball.
during interviews, he'd have like
ice packs.
yeah.
He'd have the leg
the
compressions
leg
on.
things on his knees. It's just you have to. The NFL's a whole
NFL's
different
a thousand
game.
times
Yeah,
faster,
literally a whole different
1,000
game.
times more physical than
You have to
and him being that size.
Where would you put him? Would you rather him wide receiver or
corner.
But didn't he just do his pro day as a wide receiver? He didn't even touch a
I
quarterback.
think I would
today.
rather
Big
have him.
quarterback.
I just like cornerback.
I think either way, where you
honestly,
play
I
him, he'll be
think-
fine.
I think he's a better corner than wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I don't know. If the
You go
Pats,
either way,
if
bro.
he's only playing cornerback, I don't think the Pats should draft him because the Pats are pretty stacked at corner.
Yeah, they're good with corners now.
Corners are fine.
I
maybe
think
wide
Carter.
receiver-wise.
You can never have enough edges.
You can never have enough pass rushers.
Yeah.
I think the safe bet,
Especially
is
that dual
if he's
Carter who
there.
can, unlike Matt Judon, who only went after the pass.
Yeah, he
Pass
can
rush.
stop the run.
He can stop the run too. I was not a huge fan of Abdul Carter because I watched him. He wasn't very healthy the first time I watched him. I was like, this guy's getting locked up. Then I realized I saw watching the highlights. He's getting doubled. He was getting tripled, and they couldn't.
Still couldn't stop him.
They stopped him a little bit, but he wasn't living up to that Penn State number 11 hype like Michael Parsons and.
Now he is.
But now that I'm like actually watching, he's so fast. He's just a beast. I mean, I think
Micah Parsons still good.
Michael Parsons
Yes,
is the
he's-
best
yes,
edge rusher
yes.
in the league. Yes.
100%.
Probably one of the best players in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
I mean,
I
Big
think
boys got one in the Super Bowl.
that's a little
That's
crazy.
an early.
it's an early pick,
Pats.
but
I
I
think
got the Pats.
I think the Patriots should draft him.
I called the Eagles
there.
last
Yeah.
year, and I got the Pats this year.
I mean, final question: who are the overrated and underrated players in this year's draft? Underrated player. Call me biased. All
It's
you
gonna
want.
be UNC.
Yes,
Oh
you're
my
right. But
God.
all right, no. If Ashton Genty was not in this draft,
Draft's the running
then
back.
Amari and Hampton would be getting so much more praise. If Ashton Genty didn't have the record-breaking season, then Amari and Hampton we'd be getting so much more praise than he is, that he's not getting.
No, I agree with you.
He is a beast.
He is.
Okay, what about Mike Green now?
He's a
Mike
Marshall.
Green
He's
is a
a
beast.
Marshall did.
Whatever happened to
Had a
the
great
dude?
Senior Bowl.
Whatever happened to the dude that played for
Yeah,
Oklahoma
yeah,
State that everyone
yeah,
thought he was
yeah.
gonna be
Ollie
so
Gordon.
good?
Ollie Gordon had a
Yeah.
very down year.
Yeah, like very disappointing year. A lot of hype he had.
All right.
And the Michigan running back, who everyone
Donovan
thought,
Edwards.
Where'd he go?
yeah, everyone thought he was gonna be like that guy, and
Marshall?
it just
Yeah,
did not
Marshall.
happen.
The Thunder and Herd.
Two very disappointing running back seasons from them.
I think underrated. I think he's not really underrated. I think he's not getting the hype that he deserves.
It's not underrated. There's just a
No,
better.
I'm saying Mason Graham. I don't think he's
Oh,
underrated. I think
He's
he's
just
just
not getting the hype.
the hype that he needs.
On ESPN's big board.
I think
is.
he's one of the
third
best-
on the big
I think
board,
he's
but
one
he's
of the
not
best
in
players
the
in
mock
the draft.
drafts. They got him going.
It's just a position that isn't. It's not like like if you don't have a good
D
D
tackle.
tackle, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. If you don't have a good quarterback, you're not going to win
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Looking at Amari and Hampton's stats, this year he ran for. He's second in the league for rushing yards, 1,660 yards, 15 touchdowns.
How many games did he play?
He
Play all of them,
No,
except for
I
the Senior Bowl.
believe-
Except for the bowl game.
thought he missed one.
Yes. Yeah,
Played all of them.
I think you're wrong.
he played all of them.
Sorry.
I mean, the year before he had 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns.
That's ridiculous.
He's a two-time first-team All-American. He's just Ashton Genty was one this year too, so he's just not getting overlooked. But he's a first-team All-American. He is a dog.
All right, if you had to pick, all right, if the
They
Pats
got
had-
him projected going. Well, this PFF doesn't have him going in the first round, which is wild.
Because running backs are boom or bust.
Yeah.
He's number 22 on the big board for ESPN.
If you had to pick, who would you pick, Genty or him?
Genty.
I'm obviously gonna go Genty.
I think Genty's gonna be ass. He's a bust.
Really?
You think so, Owen?
He's a bust.
How
Why do you think he's gonna be ass?
Because
Oh, come.
he's just not good.
Well, why? Why do you not think he's good?
Because when he went against the good teams, he was ass. He
Well,
played
because-
garbage teams all year.
Well,
Well, he
because
has
if
no offensive line.
if the O lines and D lines are comparable to each other and they're both pros, how do you think he's gonna do?
Terrible.
He's gonna have a pro offensive line now, probably
But
good offensive line.
I also
too.
think, speaking in kind of the
What do you mean,
same
probably
aspect
good
that
offensive line.
Depends where he gets
No
drafted.
idea.
depends where he goes.
Yeah, so he doesn't
Probably.
if he goes to the Bears where he's projected, then he'll have an elite offensive line behind him.
Yeah, that offensive line is amazing now. Finally.
I hope he goes to the Bears.
But,
this
too.
year.
Like, I kind of like the same situation that Hampton's in with Genty. Colston Loveland's a dog.
He's a beast. He's
But
great
he's getting
blocking
he's
and
getting
catching.
overlooked by Tyler Warren, who's also a beast. But
I think Tyler Warren's good. I don't think he's
Colston Loveland's a
that
dog.
good.
I
I
think
hate
he's-
Tyler Warren.
Really?
no fun to watch.
Just boring.
Because I did not want Penn State to win. Because I don't like
yeah.
Penn State.
Me either.
But I just don't.
I hate Franklin.
He was just no
He's
fun.
very
Because like I
coach.
was trying to I remember the UCLA game. He was just dominating them, and I was like, all right, UCLA's gonna beat them. And then when in doubt, number 44 is butt naked in the middle of
He's always over.
the middle of the field for a touchdown.
All right. I mean, that kind of wraps up the questions. Any other things anyone wants to add for the NFL here while we're still on the topic? Owen?
Should we all go like predictions? Who's going first?
I think we all agree,
I think it's unanimous that Cam.
except for you.
Who do you
No, I
think?
got Cam Ward going.
All right.
I would say Cam first. Who's predicted second? Hunter?
PFF's got Travis Hunter going second.
I would not be surprised if Abdul Carter goes second.
That's what I was gonna say.
Especially with Myles
It's
Garrett.
Browns. The Browns do that'd be insane. Garrett.
I could also see
Oh
the
my
Browns
God.
take Shador just because they're in need of a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Deshaun Watson, you give $1 billion trillion
$1
dollars
trillion
to.
to be ass. I think 1 you go Ward. 2 is probably gonna be.
It could
Abdul
either be
Carter.
Abdul Carter.
I think
or
Sanders will go too. I don't want.
I
him to
think
go too.
I think
he'll go
Shador
too.
will go to the Giants just based on that meet that the meeting or the private workout that they just had with him.
And I could very well see Travis Hunter go 3 to the Giants just because Giants already have so much pass rushers that Carter just isn't. Carter's not.
Well, you can see the Giants picking Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
That's what I was
because
gonna say.
I mean
Pretty
Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns as your edge.
Pretty good.
Edges.
You don't think they're gonna draft a quarterback?
No,
They
they
got
got
Wilson,
They got
but-
Russ. I think they got Russ and they got Who else did they get? They got someone
How
else.
many gauntlets?
No, they don't. I'm not talking about
Cutlets.
Drew Lock.
No, they got someone else.
Who else did they get?
Who, the Giants?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna draft Shador.
Oh, they got famous Jameis.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, they did. I forgot about
famous
that.
Jameis and Russell
The ultimate
Wilson.
backup
Russ.
quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Russ Wilson's a serviceable quarterback in the NFL. He'll win you games.
Yeah, I
he
just
will.
don't. He doesn't have the running ability that he used
And
to
honestly,
rely
I
on.
think it's fine for the Giants to pass on a quarterback this draft because
And just wait.
there's going to be better quarterback
much
draft
better
classes.
quarterbacks.
And you don't want to waste a number 3 overall pick on a quarterback like Shador Sanders.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Mid.
Now you can't
Backup.
take like a quarterback next year, or
especially because you can't
you're
rush
going to be
the
in
guy's
you're going to be in
development.
the same top 3 situation
Yeah.
that you are this year than next year. So why
Absolutely.
waste it on a quarterback that's not
Yeah.
worthy of being top 3 in any other draft?
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's ridiculous.
all right, anything else, fellas?
I think if the Patriots, if Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter are magically gone, I think Patriots trade down
Yeah, I think that's also
for more picks.
yeah, and then probably go offensive line there, help Drake May.
Yeah, offensive line.
Yeah, what do you think like the Pats like big thing they need?
Offensive line.
Yeah.
Offensive line's like the number
And
one.
receivers always a thing, but the receivers are serviceable.
And Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs now too.
Yeah.
It all depends on Stephon Diggs who recovers from that
Yeah,
ACL.
he does.
Yeah, you get Pop Douglas is a great slot guy. I mean,
Demario, yeah.
Keyshawn
Demario
Booty.
Douglas.
Booty's been playing well,
Oh,
and
who's the other?
we obviously got KB Kendrick Bourne.
Yes, Kendrick Bourne.
I feel like he's an underrated player.
I think Jalen Polka's good. I think he
Too
will
slow.
figure it out.
he'll figure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to see Javon Baker do something more than one career catch, but
Yeah.
I think you can't judge someone after their first year,
Absolutely.
especially in
not.
that situation you're in. No blame to Drake May.
No
just
blame. No, yeah.
the
and
offensive
just
situation
The offense.
you're in with
The offense.
Mayo.
I think I could have called a better offense using the Madden plays that I use.
Yeah. Coach suggestions. All right. Well, that wraps up episode 2 of the Starting 5 podcast. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.